Hey guys, welcome back to our channel from Beaches to Snow. Guys, I wrote this down in my book about 4 months ago, or three, yeah, about 4.5 months ago, guys, a little bit over 4 months. Um, I think I told a story about when I was changing jobs and I watched a video. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about today comes from that video. Guys, remember, please like the video. Tell me in the comments if you love the content and what other content would you like to see. Please hit the subscribe button and definitely share it with a few friends. You never know who is struggling on their Canadian journey and just needs a little push. So guys, the video that I watched that helped me to decide that I want to change jobs. Now, first of all, I've always spoken about how big God has been on my journey, right? I always spoke about how instrumental he has been in helping us to make decisions, in guiding us along the way, in smoothing out the road for us, right? In every way possible. Now, for the past year, because we've been on this journey for, oh guys, a year and a half now, I think, basically, right? Remember, even though we're in Canada, so part one of the journey ended, we're in part two now, I think, right? So we're still on the journey, right? So God has been so instrumental along the way in so many ways. And the reason why I thought of this video, guys, I went to church on Sunday and I remember them saying something like, God, basically what they said was just something like, you need to be able to be humble and give God the praise, right? So remember, everything that I'm saying to you today is not of me, it's of God, right? That's important. And I feel like it's important after speaking to so many people along the journey, and even remembering my journey, to motivate people, to remind them that you're not alone, to let them know that God has their back, to remind them that even in my deepest, darkest moments when I felt like I had nobody, I always had God, right? Now, this video that I watched was a TD Jakes video, and I need to remember to put it in the description. Guys, if I don't, please call me. So when I do them something, call me on, please. I just sometimes, like in the editing process, I forget. And when I'm uploading the video, I do forget. Please forgive me. Let me know in the comments if I don't put it in the description. All right. I think this video was called Pivot Point or something like that. I'm gonna put it in the remind me if I don't put it there in the description. All right. So basically, the gist of the lesson was talking about when is your pivot point, right? And basically, he spoke about David and Goliath. He used many examples, right? But one of the biggest ones was David and Goliath, right? Now, we all have our Goliath moments, right? For me, it was one, the purchase of our home, and two, getting to Canada. And those are just two examples, the most recent examples I can think of, right? Now, I think I spoke about this in previous videos. Guys, I cannot tell you how my application reached the top when we were trying to process for our house. We had a lot of delays, not on our part alone, but also on the seller's part, right? And God somehow, not say somehow, because he works in mysterious ways. God put that to the top of the list. And in the same way, my application was processed in 5 weeks. Same way he put me to the top of the list, right? Now, guys, boy, just thinking back on it, kind of just, give me goosebumps. Right? For us, one of the two biggest moments in our lives, and again, same thing, purchasing our first home and coming to Canada. Those were two of the biggest things in our lives. Right? And those two moments, those two things, God was super, super instrumental in both of them. Right? Now, guys, I forgot to add just now. When I got approved in 5 weeks, the processing time for spousal permit, for open work permit, was 17 weeks. Now, guys, if that is not God working, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, right? I remember in that period of time, Colin got approved in 7 weeks, and I'm there thinking, I won't be approved anytime soon. So persons keep asking us, why is it that you applied so early? That's one of the reasons. Guys, don't look at nobody processing time when you're applying. Look at IRCC processing time. Look at the history of processing times for the past, if you can get that data for the past few weeks. That's, guys, you see the overthinker in me? That's how I operate. I'm not gonna be like, oh, the processing time is 3 months. I'll be fine. I'll get through in 2. I think worst case scenario, what if I don't get through in 5 until 5 months? So we wanted to give ourselves enough time. But guys, guess what? God did tell me from the start, saying we'd have a back. But sometimes you know listen. But he did have our backs. Hey guys, so I'm kind of feeling really down because like when I was taking off the mic, I realized that after I recorded a almost 25-minute video, I realized that it wasn't recording. And when I checked back the video, I stopped recording at like 6 minutes. Kind of feel a bit down, to be honest with you. Kind of feel very down, to be honest with you. I mean, but God reminded me that this video is important. And I don't know, I'm gonna recreate back everything I made us. The guys, I was so into the video a while ago.
There's also people. I was their own audience. You know, I was here doing like, go ready. Okay. You got this ready. AC mode.
Yeah, guys, I lost all of that. But I'm happy that at least you heard the first part of what I initially did. So let me try and recreate all of that. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm just trusting that God will give me something greater to pass on to you.
You
don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, guys, but I'm trusting in him. Just in the same way that I'm telling you that you must trust in him, I have to do the same thing. So as you heard in the first part of the video, it was really about a video called Pivot Point, which, I mean, you heard that already, so let me just try and see if I can continue from here. Now, guys, I'm just gonna go through the points basically that he spoke about in the video, right? The main points that I took from it, right? Now, my Goliath made me understand that I won't ever fit into the place I thought I should fit. And if it wasn't for my Goliath, I wouldn't even recognize that I was David. Guys, that's so profound. It's funny that that's the first point because just recently, I think I told you guys about, well, we did in a recent video, how we've been feeling and everything that we've been going through. Not everything, but most of the stuff. And I keep feeling like I don't fit in, especially at my job. And I didn't even remember this because I really don't remember what I said in the first part. But I think I said it that I've been working on this for months. Actually watched a video months ago when I, left my first job. I think I said that too. Please forgive me. Right? And I found something online that says I wasn't made to fit in, I was made to stand out. right? Now, this is something that I realized from Jamaica. I could just never fit into the mold that I was supposed to fit in Jamaica. I never knew why, but then, I mean, God already knew why. I wasn't made to fit in, right? Now, there's nothing wrong if you don't fit in where you are. Probably you're not supposed to fit in. Probably you are made to be in Canada like us. Probably you are one of those persons who is meant for things that are bigger than them that they can never even imagine. Who knows? But you will never find that out if you don't try to slay your Goliath. That's just it. And it's funny how the next point is you cannot get to your kingdom until you find your giant. Look at that. I still use the house as an example. If I didn't learn the patience that I did from that house, from buying that house, through no fault of NHT's, only the vendor. And that's a long story. It's not even, let me not even say it was just stuff that were supposed to happen that happened. 2 years it took us to buy that house, right? If I didn't learn the patience that I did and I slayed my giant or my Goliath, I wouldn't have had the patience that I needed to come to Canada, to go through that year-long planning process to get to come to Canada, guys. Now, my husband, on the other hand, has the patience of Job. I wish I did, but I don't. I didn't. Now, slaying my 2 Goliaths has given me endless patience. There you go. If David didn't slay Goliath, the king wouldn't pay attention to him. I think that again speaks to what I just said, right? If we never made the sacrifices that we made, if we weren't going through what we went through, right? We wouldn't have started this channel. I wouldn't be talking to whoever I'm talking to right now, whoever that person is. And then I wouldn't be on the path that I'm on in Canada for bigger and better things to happen. This one is the one that really hit me. God sends us challenges or Goliaths to bring us to where we need to be. And again, this all ties in. If it wasn't for the challenges or the Goliaths, we wouldn't be where we should be. I wouldn't have changed my job. I wouldn't, guys, if you remember the video where I spoke about, I was so afraid. I was so afraid. If it wasn't for the fact that I saw this video. Because guys, I keep saying to God, talk to me, tell me what I'm supposed to do. And guys, even though I just said I'm patient, I still have a lot of impatience. Guys, you're work in progress. Work in progress. Now, if it, like, I'm sorry, something just came to me a while ago. Boy, one thing I can say, the first video was so much more smoother than this. But somebody needs this message. So I have to do this. Boy, I'm gonna lose my train of thought. Bear with me, guys. If it wasn't for those lessons that I've learned in the past year, if it wasn't for the challenges that we faced, if it wasn't for all of the things that happened, I would have never known what is inside Renee, right? If it wasn't for me being homeless, yes, guys, I know I own a home, but I was homeless, right? If it wasn't for that, I would not know what exists inside of me. If I didn't go up to Goliath with my 2 stone for 12 time and trust that God would have made them 2 stone they have the most impact it could ever have, then my relationship with God wouldn't be where it is. I wouldn't be where I am right now. We wouldn't be where we are right now, because as much as Colin don't really like talk about fame, Goliath moments them, but he has had them too, right? And he has slayed his Goliath, right? So we both learned from our Goliath experiences, and we know for a fact that God sends them so that we could be better than where we were before. I remember in the last video at some point I spoke about, I think it's after this. Oh boy, it's coming back to me, guys. This is a major thing, and this is what I learned. You can't trust your emotions when you're going through these times. You can never trust your emotions, because if I had listened to my emotions, I wouldn't be in Canada. I wouldn't own a house. I wouldn't be with Colin. Like, emotions tell you you're not good enough. Like in my case, I remember when I had the toughest time, right? And that was when my application was supposed to be submitted, right? And I remember the devil played tricks on my head that time so much, to the point where I said to Colin, just go by yourself. Me no need to apply. It don't make no sense. Like, guys, the devil really had a field day with me throughout that time. Like, I've never had so many doubts in my life at one point in time. But look at it. 5 weeks. I got through in 5 weeks. Now, I want to put the video that I made after or during that time when I was going through that very rough time. I want to put that video here. And guys, I cannot stress how happy I am that throughout the times that we're going through whatever we went through, we recorded it. It wasn't always easy. And I can't say that enough. It wasn't always easy. But I know that there is somebody out there who needs to know that even when you go to the lowest points in your life, God will bring you right back up. As a matter of fact, He will put you way higher than you were in the beginning. I'm going to put that video here for you guys. Is that you need to remember that God gave you all the tools that you need. You need to remember that. And when you're at your weakest, or when you think you're at your weakest, the devil is going to attack you. Alright? He's going to attack you from every single angle there is to be attacked from. But guess what, guys? God got us, you know. If it wasn't for God, He wouldn't have gotten His approval already. I want to pass on that important message to you today. When God believes you are great, He will put you to the front of the line, and He will equip you with any and everything that you need to pass, to succeed, to pass any test, to win any battle, to break those generational curses, because He believes in you. And when God believes in you, you don't need anybody else to believe in you, guys. Trust me. That's like the greatest honor. So we're here today, and we're honored that God believes in us. And we're honored that we're stronger and we're greater than we ever thought that we were. So guys, I want you to remember, trust in God throughout this process. Pray to Him. Talk to Him. Give Him your burdens, because that's what I've done, you know, guys. Like, ever since I submitted that application and I gave it to God, I feel a weight come off of my shoulder. Like, I feel blessed. I feel great. I feel awesome. I feel like God is just doing for me and through me. And I feel like if I can just help one person with this video, I want to help all of you, you know, to stay on your path, you know. But if I can help one person, I'll feel good. That's me paying it forward. We just want to pay it forward because a lot of people have paid it forward to us, and we're so blessed and highly favored because God has put people in our lives who have paid it forward for us. So guys, I just want to leave you with that today.
Listen, it's some powerful words right there. You notice that I didn't even try to interrupt her once or anything like that. She came here with a message this morning, people. Sometimes you just have to sit down and watch in amazement how your partner is. So that's just her message.
But that's all God. That's all God. That's not even me. That's God. That's God talking to you through me. That's all it is.
That is true. That is true. Because I don't think we didn't really intend for this video to go like this, but
no, I didn't.
It is a case.
That's how God wanted it.
It is what it is. It is what it is, and we say amen to that.
So guys, wherever you are on this journey, just remember, God got you. Put your burdens on Him. Before you submit any application, talk to Him, go to church. And even if, you know what, even if you don't get to go to church, because we haven't, this year when we went to church is the first time we've been to church in 3 years, 2 or 3 years. So you know what, guys, you don't have to go to church to be close to God. Pray to Him, talk to Him, listen to Him. That's so important. Listen to Him.
Because He's talking.
Trust me.
Hey, listen, it's a case where sometimes we expect it to, God to communicate
a certain way.
A certain way.
And it doesn't happen that way.
It might be a certain little message you might read on the billboard or
hey, it can just literally be a case where God speaks to you through your spouse, through your family member, through a random stranger on the road. That has happened to me in the past, a random stranger on the road. So guys, just listen out for God's message and pray to Him. Something that I've had to pray for is for me to hear Him when He's speaking to me. Now guys, I'm smiling because I'm remembering how I felt in the moments of that video. I'm remembering how hard it was. And you know, guys, let me tell you this. Nobody really, well, let me not say nobody. A lot of persons don't really get a chance to tell you how hard it is going through this journey to come to Canada. And let me expand it a bit. No one tells you just how difficult it is when you've been called to greater things by God. Just how much the devil are going to ride you. He's not always do it, you know. But, yeah. Because even the fact that I lose the video a while ago, the person who's supposed to get the video, don't worry yourself, the devil not going to stop you from getting it. Alright? Not going to stop you. Now at this point, guys, please take a minute, like the video, comment and tell me about your Goliath moment. Comment and tell me what your journey to Canada has been like. Share the video with some persons, with anybody, because you don't know who might need it. It doesn't have to be an immigration journey that they're going through. It can just simply be some type of moment in their life that is pivotal to the next step for them. It can be anything. And guys, of course, subscribe if you like content. Now let's get back to what we were talking about. Remember, and I can't stress it enough, don't trust your emotions. Right? And I think TD Jakes also did a video on how important it is not to trust your emotions during these times when you're tested. Right? Remember guys, if I don't put it in there, just nudge me, please, and I will definitely go ahead and put it in there. Alright? The next point is that don't think that because you've come to the pivot point that your tests are going to end, because that's what I thought. I don't know why I'm thinking that, because God has told me many times that that's not how it works. I thought that, when I pivoted recently and changed jobs, everything was gonna be smooth and life was gonna be awesome, and that's not how it works. Right? Remember, you're destined for greater things. And because you're destined for greater things, every time that the devil sees that you are almost on the path that you're supposed to be on, or you're on the path, or you're making some headway, he's going to test you. Right? And if it's not the devil that tests you, God is going to be like, all right, you know what? I need to make her stronger. So I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. It happens, guys. Now, this point actually struck a chord in us both. You have to be willing to look out of place when you're at your pivot point, before you reach a pivot point, just at any point. And the reason why this kind of hit me a lot is, guys, wanna see how mad me used to look in a video then before I come to Canada? All right, now I look mad. Probably I'll not this a video. I mean, now I'm at home, so I mean, yeah. But like, you have to be willing to look out of place. You have to be willing to make the sacrifices. You have to understand that I'm going to use the next point. God will dress you for what's next for you. You have to remember that. Right? Now, I remember there were a lot of moments that I did not want to be on a camera. Especially the Homeless Chronicles videos, and my ear look so mad, I look like a crazy person. I did not want to be on no camera. But again, I knew that at some point, somebody would have wanted a video there. Somebody would have wanted to know, say, for them Homeless Chronicles are the least. And whatever it is that they're going through, a blip. Jump over that easy. Take 2 stones and fling on that, and God move it out of the way. God will give you the stuff that you didn't pay for. That's profound. So for you that's out there that have $5,000 Canadian and need 50 or 40 or whatever, 30, take up your stone them, push through your process, fling your stone them after your Goliath, and you would be surprised how God makes a way for you. You would be surprised how God makes somebody that calls you that you haven't spoken to in however long you haven't spoken to them. How God will remind them of you in that moment. How God will nudge somebody. How God will just make a way where there's none. Guys, I can't say it enough. I don't know who this video is for, but I know it's for somebody, because there are too many things that had to happen tonight to make me say that video here was important. Right? Guys, I did not want to do back over this video. I didn't want to do it over. Luckily, I wrote down some points in my The Best Is Yet to Come book. My favorite book. That's the only reason I could do over back this video so easily. This wasn't a scripted video. This was just a video that I wrote down a few points and I didn't know where it was going to take me, but I hope that God took it in the right direction for whoever it's meant for. Right? Now guys, if this video didn't go the direction that you wanted it to go, and you still feel like, say, Goliath bigger than you, please watch that TD Jakes video that I got inspiration from. Alright? Guys, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment and tell me about your Goliath experience. Alright? I really, really hope this video touches someone. I really hope this video takes someone out of a dark place that they're in. Guys, remember, no matter what happens, take up your 2 stone them, your figurative stones. Go up to your Goliath and trust. Say God will make it fall for you. But remember, God helps those who help themselves. So if you don't go with those 2 stones, you might just be stuck there wondering how come God not help you. Make the move first. Push yourself. Watch a couple videos from Beaches to Snow and get motivated. You know what? Watch videos from other channels and get motivated. Just find a way to keep yourself motivated. Watch TD Jake's videos. Find a way to keep yourself motivated, guys. Now, guys, remember, never forget that the best is yet to come. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And I really hope that this video is better than the one that didn't work. Bye, guys.